What?
It's you.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reactions. It's Corbin,
Rick.
and you can follow us on
Instagram
and
and
Twitter
Twitter.
for more juicy content. It's so juicy.
It squirts at you in 3D.
It's so juicy.
Thank you for supporting us on Patreon, follow us official Twitter account. Today we're reacting to some Vir das.
Vir das!
I need some nuts. I need Vir das.
Love that. You saw that, like,
Oh yeah,
in your head instantly.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I heard it. But this is called Women Are Like Canada.
And if you don't know what we were just referring to with the Vir das, then you haven't seen the 500K celebration
You're not a
video.
real fan.
No, you know what? You broke our hearts! Oh, sorry, that was loud for your baby.
But yeah, the Vir das, Women Are Like Canada. Obviously we love Vir das.
Women are like Canada.
And I'm assuming it's the country Canada, not
Well, it's spelled with a C.
not the region.
Correct, but I'm interested. I can't even figure out what the parallels would be here.
Nice.
Apologetic is the first thing that comes to my mind. I don't know why that would be applicable. Cold?
They like gravy.
That's not nice. They like gravy.
Poutine is gravy with isn't it gravy and fries, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Poutine?
Okay.
Here we go.
What's up? Alright, I am not a smart man. People think that all Indians are smart. We're not. We get away with it. It's a numbers game. Like in reality, 20% of India is smart. Except 20% of India is 90% of most countries. I feel like the reverse ratio is true for like Canadians and racism. I'm pretty sure there are some racist Canadians. People pretend like everybody in Canada just wakes up in the morning and gives a refugee a hand job. Which is why I'm here, by the way. No, the reason I feel like the same ratio is true for like American people in English. Like 80% of America speaks English good.
Nope.
But I'm pretty sure 20% of America speaks English well.
Well, thank you very much.
And if you can't tell the difference, then you will make America great again.
Good.
I want to talk about God now, but I'm brown and I have a beard, so we'll go slow. You believe in God, yes? Yeah?
It's so funny.
Like, I believe in God-ish. I think for God, man is that friend. We have always messed up the image of God, symbolically and visually.
Yes.
I think the first time Jesus walked into a church, he was like, what the hell is that? Who's that sad, skinny guy? I carried that cross for 3 days without carbs. You couldn't draw a tricep, you son of a bitch. Okay, I'm going to talk about women's clothing now, but I'm brown and I have a beard, so we'll go slow. Montreal, your women are beautiful. They are. They're so beautiful. I love the women here. My God, the way you dress in the summer with the shorts and the dresses, it just makes you want to be the wind. You know, and you use your clothing to liberate women instead of oppressing them, and I think that's beautiful. 95% of the world is still dealing with the bullshit male psychology where every time a girl wears revealing clothes, men think, oh, she's asking for it. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, yes? You think, oh, she's asking for it, which is bullshit. The beauty of being a woman is that if she's asking for it, she can just ask for it. Because it is available. She can just think of it and 20 hits will line up. For a woman, the world is Amazon.it. She can compare it, size of it, length of it, delivery date of it. That is the beauty of being a woman. It's specific. You can ask for it. Men, we just want to get some. Arises because our bodies are different. Women's bodies are well designed. There's changing landscapes. They evolve. Women's bodies are like Canada. There's oceans and seas and mountains and rivers and forest and peaks. It's great. That's why guys like me are denied entry. I'm proposing a 2-week course in school where all children cross-dress. Boys wear girls' clothing, girls wear boys' clothing. So the right dots connect in your mind as an adult. So as a man, if you're at the club and you see a girl just in cleavage and girl just walking towards you, your first thought is, damn, her feet must be killing her. No, please give all women revealing clothing. I'm an Indian man. I'm sick and tired of undressing Indian women. Have you tried undressing an Indian woman? It's a sporting event. It is easier to get a woman out of a Taliban training station than out of an Indian. There is so much fabric. There are ships in the ocean stuck without sails because these bitches are wearing. At the end of it, you are lost in a cocoon of fabric. Her father is in the corner like. You think there are 99 positions in the Kama Sutra because we were intelligent? No. We were trying to find an opening in the clothing. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh my god. He is so funny.
That was one of his funniest, man. He was just like boom, 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 boom.
So funny, and he's so. Even though he says he's not smart, he's so intelligent
Very
with his
intelligent.
comedy.
Very intelligent.
He'll say he'll be like. He has kind of almost a ton of different styles. Like,
Yeah.
there's some ridiculously offensive stuff in there that people would be like,
Yep.
oh, he's an offensive comic. But then there's
Yep.
also, he always ties it into something like a message he wants to get across.
100%.
But says it so hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, he's so funny.
And I think my favorite thing with him, which is my favorite thing with most comics that I like and that are successful, is that they're honest. Whether you agree with them or you don't agree with them, they're coming from a place of honesty in their artistry, you know, and they're artists. There are some big time artistry. And stand up. He makes it look so freaking easy.
It's probably one of the hardest art forms.
100%.
I think there's probably nothing more scary than getting up in front of people and saying, I'm going to make you laugh right now for an hour.
Yes. And I've seen, I went to 2, I should go do it again, because I really wanted to do some stand-up, and went to 2 open mics at the Laugh Factory in the Comedy Store, and had my name on the list. And what happens oftentimes with open mics like that is you just don't get called. So I was sitting there, I was waiting to go up, and I was watching people go up who were failing miserably, which is a lot of the time. And it is the thought of having to stand up there. And the audience is, now most audiences are rooting for you. They don't want you to fail.
Yeah.
They want you to do well. But that you're having to be up there with your material that you think's funny, but what if they don't? Mm-hmm. What if they don't think it's funny? And it may be funny one night and it may not be funny the next night. So yeah, it is stand-up comedians, man. There's people, it falls right into that category of a huge percentage of people would rather die. This is real. They would rather die than stand up in front of a crowd and say something. And that is the core of what stand-up comedy is. And he makes it look easy.
Oh, he does.
He's really smart. He's really
so
funny.
smart, so intellectual. And I love his message in all of his stuff. But he just has such good messages, but he brings it with humor.
Yeah.
And he brings in different cultures because he's an Indian, but he's also very American as well. I'm sure he spent a ton of his life over here already.
Absolutely.
So he's ingrained in the culture. He knows what's going on.
Yep. He knows his stuff, man. He knows timing. He knows delivery. He knows when to back off. He listens to the crowd. He pays attention to the crowd. And he's one of those comics who can offend you and then immediately go, no, it's okay. You know that I love you. And you're okay with it. Whereas there's other comics who will offend you and they don't care if you're offended.
Yeah.
And that's part of what makes them great.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about George Carlin. George Carlin would offend you, and that was his goal. And if you're still offended, good for you. That was my job. And if you don't like me, good. Go away. You're a moron.
I like those comics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then there's other comics like Brian Regan who are never offensive. Only really funny all the time. And that's the thing, is they're true to who they are. They know their voice. They know who they are, and he does.
He
fun.
He had a tweet the other day. Somebody tweeted at him. He was like, something about, do you think it's overblown that people say Priyanka is, just open the door for a bunch of Indians in America for in Hollywood and stuff like that? And he said, no, not at all. The very first audition I ever had in Hollywood, they said, you're Indian? Like Priyanka Chopra? He said, she opened the door for all of us. Mm-hmm. And so I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
And it makes sense, which is what we've said.
Yeah, I'm going to stop all of you right now who are starting to type in your comments about the hypocrite Priyanka. Please be loving and don't be divisive. Thanks.
Yeah. I will block you. And it's fun for me.
And I've learned how to do it too. So.
But that was awesome. Anything Vir das puts out, send it to us, please.
Yeah, we love him. I want to see him live.
I want to see him live.
Wow, you meant that.
I know. And I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
I would love, I think he would have a great hours-long conversation.
I'd like to hear him do, I think you would, just to have a conversation. I would love to hear him teach on how to do stand-up.
That would be interesting.
I'd love to hear his process of how he learned to be a stand-up comedian, who taught him, who his favorite comics were, what he has learned works and doesn't work for him. I'd love to hear him talk about the art form. Yeah, good stuff, as always.